My stepmom evicted me one week. After my father's funeral so she could sell his historic mansion for a fortune, she thought she was inheriting a gold mine. She didn't realize that the only reason the house was worth millions is because of the antique hardware screwed into the walls. So, the night before I left, I picked up a screwdriver and legally bankrupted her. My father spent 20 years restoring a stunning 1890s Victorian home. It was his life's work. When he passed away suddenly, he left the estate in a mess. He had married Linda only 3 years ago. Linda didn't care about the history or the craftsmanship. She only saw dollar signs. The house was designated a state historic landmark, which meant two things. It had incredibly low property taxes, and it commanded a massive premium from preservationists. I was living in the carriage house, maintaining the property. But before the grass on my father's grave had settled, Linda served me an eviction notice. "I'm listing the property," she said coldly. "I need you out so we can stage it. The realtor says it's worth $2 million because of the original fixtures." She was right.
Ow.
The value wasn't the walls, it was the hardware. My dad had hunted down rare, solid brass Eastlake-style knobs and crystal chandeliers for decades. I packed my bags, defeated, but then I reread the will. My father had left the real property, the house and land, to Linda. But he left all personal collections, loose hardware, and restoration inventory to me. Linda glossed over this, thinking it meant his old coin collection. She was wrong. Because my dad bought those fixtures at auctions years after buying the house. And I had the receipts. They were legally classified as part of his restoration collection. The day before I moved out, I got to work. I didn't vandalize a single thing. I simply unscrewed every rare brass doorknob, every ornate hinge, and every crystal light fixture. I replaced them with the cheapest, shiny gold, contractor-grade garbage from the hardware store. It took 12 hours. I boxed up $80,000 worth of antique brass and loaded it into my truck. When Linda brought the high-end realtor for the walkthrough, the vibe died instantly. The modern hollow knobs felt cheap and clashed horribly with the heavy oak doors. But that wasn't the worst part. The real blow came when the Historical Society inspector arrived to certify the transfer. He took one look at the Home Depot lighting and shook his head. "This property no longer meets the criteria for historic integrity," he declared. "Revoked the landmark status on the spot." Without that designation, the annual property taxes jumped from $4,000 to $35,000 overnight. The realtor had to drop the listing price by $600,000 because buyers would now be on the hook for the taxes and the massive cost of restoration. Linda tried to sue me for theft, but the judge looked at the will and my receipts and ruled the collection was rightfully mine. She sold the house for a fraction of the price, and I sold the hardware to a museum that actually respected my father's legacy.